Hello everybody, Zachary Fruling, aka Cozy Azeroth here, with my friend Dylan Metzing, and we are Spark Gap Games, and we're working on game number 2, Gertrude's World. How's it going, Dylan?
Me?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah, good. Very excited.
Me too. Me too. I can't wait to see everything you've come up with. I worry that I've been a little lackadaisical over the last few days. I did find what I believe to be a really awesome tutorial about how to implement player movement and gravity in the game.
Cool.
So I think if we could do nothing else but that and get all of the 3D objects that you've created, some of the set pieces for the starting area into the game, we will have had a really successful day.
I agree. Yeah, I think we should start seeing if we can get the Gertrude you have moving and stuff first, because I made a lot. So
Okay.
before we go through that, there's so many different versions of things to check out.
Well, I've watched this tutorial a couple times, and it's the kind of thing that, I feel like I understand it. On the other hand, I haven't done any of it, so I don't really know how to do it, even though I've watched it a couple times, if that makes sense. So, can you see my screen, right? Dylan?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I think what we should do is I've got Godot open here, and here's Gertrude. Here's our eggs. I think we should try to do the things he suggests we do in this tutorial, and see if we can get Gertrude moving. But I think to do that, there's quite a few steps. It's only a 20-minute video, but I feel like it's going to take me an hour or 2 hours to do everything in this video, even though he's done it in 20 minutes. So why don't we just kind of? I suggest what we do is just watch this video, pause it when we need to, do the things he suggests, and see if we can get Gertrude moving.
Let's do it.
Okay. 1 second, just have a pop-up on my phone. Want to make sure it's nothing important, and it's not. Someone's just buying cross-stitch pattern, which is awesome. It's nice to make money while we're making games. Living the life, sort of. I need to be making about 8 times as much money as I'm making doing that to make pay all my bills. But at least I'm making some money while we're making the game. All right, so let's and hopefully you can hear my audio, so you can listen to this guy as well. Let's see if that's true.
So when you're creating a 3D scene in Godot 4, what you're going to want to start with is creating a world you can walk around on. If you look in the scene tree in the top left, you can see the various default nodes you can create. We're going to want a 3D node, and then in
we have that.
A mesh to be the floor.
Okay, so he's going to do something slightly different for the floor. He's going to choose a plane as opposed to a box that we chose, and I'm not sure it really matters, but let's just see what he does here.
Press plus or hit Control and A, and then we can create a new node to add as a child of that. We want a mesh instance. This mesh instance is going to be our floor. So to be
right off the bat, one of the things that I want to do more of, that it's confusing because there's these really cryptic sounding names like Mesh Instance 3D. If it's going to be the floor, I just want to rename it floor. What the fuck it is. You know what I mean? That's part of what's overwhelming is there's so many terms I don't understand and they all kind of look the same. So I need to be labeling things well as we go through this.
Yeah.
It's funny. I don't know how you're feeling about this because you've been having fun with the art. I feel completely overwhelmed by this tool so far. I know we'll get there, but it feels like quite a mountain to climb right now.
Yeah, if it helps, that's exactly how I was feeling with Magical Voxel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like having a few ideas that I wanted to work on and focusing on building those out. I've been able to, and I've been going small.
Yeah.
As possible.
That's why I think we just got to do these tutorials and build it out one little piece at a time. So, okay, let's see what he does.
Flat area, we can choose a plane to be our mesh. In the inspector on the right, with that mesh instance selected, there is a mesh property that's now visible. You can click the drop down to the right of it here, and you can select a new mesh there, or in our case, a new plane mesh. This plane mesh is about 2 meters across. We want that to be a bit bigger.
So we could replace our because if we zoom out, what we did, we created a cube, right? That we expanded. Oop, what did I do? Oh, that's the floor.
Maybe it is a plane, actually. It's right there on the right. Is that, what does it say? Mesh source.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know these controls. It's so.
Yeah, right. Hmm.
So what did we do? Mesh instance 3D. What is it? Maybe it is just a plane. It kind of looks like a plane, doesn't it? It doesn't look like a box.
It does look more like a plane.
Oh no, it's a box. Look,
Here we go.
it's a
Yeah, that
box.
looks like
It's got a third dimension. Okay. So what? Why don't we? I like the idea of having a plane as opposed to a box. So why don't we do what he did? Now I don't know what to do. How do I adjust this?
can you right click and drag?
Oh, there we go. Okay.
And if you have a middle click, that might be another control for Godot too.
Yeah.
Dragging.
I got the scroll wheel I can hold down as things that seem to serve as a middle button. Yeah, okay, there's our, okay. So, let's back up just a little bit. I know this is going to be really slow going, but
Oh, that's fine.
baby
If you
steps.
drop down to the right of it here,
Yeah. Get the hang of it.
inspector on the right with that mesh instance selected,
Okay, so can we, let's just, okay, we can turn that one off, because we can turn it back on if we want to keep it. Let's just turn it off for now. And let me back up just a little bit.
Probably turn off the eggs too. Just have.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Have
Let's see.
less going
That's an
on,
egg.
and
That's an
you
egg.
made it
That's an
better
egg.
anyways.
Oh, cool. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
this node 3D selected, we can either click this plus or hit Control and
Okay, so we come over here, node 3D selected, we hit plus, and what did he say we do? We still, see, this is the problem. It's like at every turn, I don't know what I'm looking at.
A, and then we can create a new
Yeah, it's all
node
foreign to me
to
too.
add as a child of that. We want a mesh instance.
Okay, mesh instance 3D. Mesh instance 3D. Okay, that looks right.
Yeah.
Create. Okay.
Can you rename it?
I'm gonna try right now. Rename ground or floor. Floor. I like floor better. Floor. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, that'll be way easier than a bunch of.
Definitely. It just looks like gobbledygook otherwise.
It does.
Mesh instance is going to be our floor. So to be a large flat area, we can choose a plane to be our mesh. In the inspector on the right with that mesh instance selected, there is a mesh property that's now visible. You can quickly drop down to the right of it here.
Okay. So floor, come over here, drop down to the right, and plane mesh, right? Plane mesh. There's our plane.
Yes. And now we can make it whatever size we want.
Yeah, let's see what he does.
Here, and you can select a new mesh there, or in our case, a new plane mesh. This plane mesh is about 2 meters across.
Okay, how do we get the size?
You click the picture of the
Oh, there we go. Let's just call it, I mean, he does 20 by 20. That's good to start, I think. We'll probably need more. We'll probably need more for our.
Maybe 20 by 40 because I want like a rectangle. I was thinking.
Sure. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. But yeah, more of a rectangle would be nice.
Sure. Let's do 40 by 20. There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to orient the inside as the bottom.
You want to do what? Sorry.
Just at some point, like orient the long side of it to be at the bottom of the screen. I figured out how to do it in mine. I'm sure there's a way to do it.
Oh yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Let's get some gravity and some movement happening here.
Yes.
We want that to be a bit bigger so we've got some more space to run around, so let's increase the size to 20 by 20. There we go, we've got a big old plane now. If we click this mesh,
Okay, click mesh.
like, wait, where is it?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not so much the concepts. The concepts are actually pretty straightforward. It's the damn user interface that keeps throwing me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like using Photoshop. It's like, all I want to do is make a flyer, and instead I've got 400 buttons I got to look at. But that's right. We'll figure it out, and before you know it, it'll be second nature, right? It's like learning anything new.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to play chopsticks before you can play Rachmaninoff on the piano. So it's all good.
Mesh button at the top of the viewport with that Mesh Instance 3D selected, we get some options for useful default actions for mesh instances.
Yeah, so the basic idea, and again, this is kind of the gestalt shift I have to make in order to be able to program in this environment. I think it's not so much we're writing code from scratch for everything. It's that each of these is an object, and the object has a bunch of properties and a bunch of nodes that you can add onto it, and that just kind of defines everything related to that object and how it interacts with other objects. But you don't have to code it all from hand, because there's a lot of nodes already pre-built, and it's just a matter of attaching the right things to the right objects. And once in a while you have to write some code to talk about how things interact with each other, but it's nowhere near as much of it's not like hand coding the whole thing in Pico 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very different. So I always got to think, okay, here's an object, what are its properties? And then just start to attach all the nodes and maybe write the occasional little script for that object.
Nice. Okay.
The one we want here is create.
So it should be easier in some ways.
Yeah.
Okay, create tri-mesh static body. Is that what he's selecting?
Tri-mesh static.
Okay. So mesh. Wait, I already lost how he found it. Okay.
You just
Let's back up.
Mesh Instance 3D selected. We get some options.
Okay, it's mesh.
different options.
Yeah, he's using a slightly different version than we're using. Let's just see what he does, and maybe we can figure it out.
Options for useful default actions for mesh instances, and the one we want here is create tri-mesh static body. What that will do is it will create a static body, and it will create a collision shape in the same shape as our plane.
Okay. I think we want create collision shape,
Yeah.
given that.
Yeah.
Wait, tri-mesh, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what.
He had the static body tri-mesh. Yeah, we'll go back to the video though.
Was it static body?
I thought that's what he
Tri-mesh static body, right? Okay, right. So sibling static body tri-mesh. Great.
Okay. Okay.
So the floor has a static body which has the same collision shape as the plane, supposedly. All right.
So I click that, straight off the bat, we get a static body and we get a collision.
That's exactly what I'm seeing, so that's good.
Shape.
Nice.
And that will let our player stand on that and not fall through. So now that's it.
Actually, I'm curious what happens. I want that to be at z equals 0. How do we? Did I just
Gertrude up?
Well, I need to. Where is the? We're close to it, but where is the?
Maybe click back on the plane or on the mesh, because one of them opened up different options, and you can probably set the position of it.
Uh-oh. What did I mess up here?
And there's probably a way to just recenter it.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to add this again here. I think maybe I started dragging them separately, and I got the physics plane separated from the ground plane. Okay, that should fix that. But where is the? What What I don't see is where the position of the object is. That's right. Maybe we'll get there.
Set up, we can create our player. You have a few choices for nodes that use.
Now here we might have to do something a little different given the reason of voxel import, but we'll see if we can either combine what he did with what he does with what we did, or pick and choose which aspects are relevant to make Gertrude move here.
Creating characters, either character body, we go to body in the add node section. I search body in create new node. You can see we get character body and rigid dynamic body. I really like using rigid dynamic bodies, but the staple for creating characters is character body. Rigid dynamic body has lots of physics built in, so it's useful for things like bouncy balls or projectiles or things that you want physics to interact with. So if you want a character that ragdolls, it's useful. But
I don't think we need that.
Character body because you get a lot of fine-grained control over how the player will move. So it's creating a new character body, and we can add a mesh that will be our player's body as a child of this. So with that selected, hit Control A again, and let's add a mesh.
Okay, so it seems like we have this frame meshed instance, which is Gertrude, right?
Yeah.
It seems like maybe we can create a character node, and this becomes a child of that.
Yeah, and we need to do it from the floor, not from its own thing. We need to attach it to the floor in that way.
Well, let's see what he does.
Instance.
Yeah, I think he built it off.
And
the
this
floor.
time the mesh instance can be a.
No, this is his floor right here. It's actually a child, not of the mesh instance, but of the main 3D node. If you look at this, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a separate object with its own little properties and.
Beams
cool, I see.
Common staple in game dev for creating a player character. So here's our beam. You'll notice our beam is clipping through the floor at the moment. We can just select our character body and click the green arrow and drag to move everything up a bit so we're not clipping through the floor anymore. Now, in the same way as we created our static body, we need to create a collision shape for our player so that they won't fall through the floor. With this capsule selected, let's click that mesh drop down again, and then.
Okay. What I would really like to know, I would really like to start getting the floor where it's supposed to be. I want the floor to be at z equals 0. Give me 1 sec. I want to Google something real quick. Godot. Just object position. How to set an object's exact position. Complicated. Okay, it's got to be just easier than it seems.
Yeah, is there a button that centers it, or there's somewhere where you should be able to just click and type in the exact position you want? I don't know if that's the center offset. Isn't there something else you can click here, like click on the mesh where it says mesh next to the picture of the plane? Because you clicked on the plane to get to a set of, click on the mesh. Or
so you have size, center offset.
I thought there was 2 sets of lists here in that right corner.
Like where? Sorry?
List. I don't know if you need to click the picture. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I just knew there was another
I don't see anything about position there.
Oh, okay, so you just keep clicking the plane over and over.
All right. Well, let's go back to our tutorial.
So it's creating a new character body.
So we're gonna let's try doing what he suggests. Create character body 3D, and then maybe we make Gertrude a child of that. So character body 3D. Okay. Create. Node has no shape, so it can't collide or interact with other objects. Okay. Let's see what it does.
And we can add a mesh that will be our player's body as a child of this. So with that selected, hit Control A again, and let's add a mesh instance.
Okay, so here's where I think what we can do is make this a child of this.
Did that just do it?
I think so.
That still has though. Yeah.
Interesting, okay. Hmm.
And this time the mesh instance can be a capsule.
Maybe just make a new mesh instance off of it and plug Gertrude into it again.
Well, we have one here, mesh instance 3D.
Yeah, I know. But
Let's just,
I mean, there's a reason it didn't attach right.
Common staple in game dev for creating a player character. So here's our beam. You'll notice our beam is gripping through the floor at the moment. We can just select our character body and click the green arrow and draw.
Still has the little yield symbol.
yeah, it's okay. So does he in his tutorial at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Drag to move everything up a bit.
He's hovering a little bit there. That's fine. Because we're going to add some gravity here in a minute.
Yeah.
Now, in the same way as we created our static body, we need to create a collision shape for our player so that they won't fall through the floor. With this capsule selected, let's click that mesh drop down.
Okay, so he's with this, select mesh, probably create collision shape, but let's see.
Down again. And then this time, let's create a simplified convex collision simply. We don't want to create a collision shape that's perfectly rounded. It's just going to have a lot of needless triangles. So when you create a simplified one, if I just hide that top bit, go forwards a bit and look around, you can see at the top here we've just got a much more simplified shape. It'll be more performant.
Okay. Well, okay, we've got Gertrude selected. Mesh, create collision shape. Did he say it was a sibling?
Can't remember. I thought so though.
Needless
siblings.
Triangles. So when you create a simplified one, if I drag to move everything up a bit so we're not clicking through the floor anymore. Now, in the same way as we created our static body, we need to create a collision shape for our player so that they won't fall through the floor. With this capsule selected, let's click that mesh drop down again, and then this time let's create a simplified convex collision.
Simplified convex.
Yeah, and we may need something different since we don't have a capsule like he's got, but let's just try it. Okay, well look, it gave a little wire mesh around Gertrude.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's cool.
Yield symbol's gone.
Yeah, so now Gertrude has so that wire mesh around her, this blue wire mesh, that is her collision boundary.
Okay, perfect.
And again, spatial stuff is not my strongest suit, so it's really stressful to look at this. Like, what is going on here? Okay, let's see what he does.
We don't want to create a collision shape that's perfectly rounded. It's just going to have a lot of needless triangles. So when you create a simplified one, if I just hide that top bit, go forwards a bit and look around, you can see at the top here we've just got a much more simplified shape. It'll be more performant. So we've got
this guy is my new hero from a game development standpoint. He's teaching us so much.
mesh, and we've got the collision shape. Now we can dive into adding a camera that the player will be able to look around with.
Now he actually chooses a first-person viewpoint, which I'm not sure we really want. So let's see what he does, and we can try it and change it if we want to.
Camera is going to need a pivot to tilt around that's going to act a bit like a neck or a head. So let's add a node in the middle that can just be a node 3D. And
Node in the middle of what? Under character body 3D, node 3D. Great. So he's going to make this a camera.
I'm going to call that neck. If we double click on the node itself over here on the left.
I'm not going to call it neck, I'm going to call it camera neck.
The scene tree, we can type in a name, so I'm going to call that the neck. And I'm going to move it up a bit.
I think these little dots are like where the viewpoint is. So,
cool. Yeah,
like eye level for now. You know, again, this is all just learning, right? We're we're nowhere near making a finished game. So let's just see what we can learn.
And that's about where I'm going to position the camera. It's also worth noting the camera is going to be inside the beam. Interior faces cull by default in Godot. So there's no risk of us seeing the beam from the inside, although there is stuff we can do to make the outside of the beam invisible to the camera if we wanted to make the camera move around a lot. But in its current state, there's no risk of seeing the beam from inside. So now we've got that neck at the right position, we can hit Control A again, and we...
Control A? Hold on, let me see what he's doing.
Camera 3D. And you'll see we get a magenta shape indicating where the camera's looking in the viewport here. And if we click this preview button in the top left, we will be able to see what the camera can see.
I didn't get a handle on exactly where he added the 3D camera.
Straight in the negative Z direction. So we're now...
Okay, yeah, it's a child of the neck. Okay. Camera 3D. Great. Uh-huh.
cool.
It's
Tell you what,
quite complicated, huh?
it's super cool.
It is cool, but awfully confusing.
Now at a point where we can try out our scene and see how things look when we run it. So if we click this play button in the top right, or F6, which runs the current scene, it will prompt us to save our scene. I'm going to call it 3D level.
Let's...
So we're now at a point where we can try out our scene and see how things look when we run it. So if we click this...
Okay, we see something.
Nice.
Is it because we're... This might be... I don't know what I'm seeing here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh man, it's always... Okay. Camera, where's the camera looking?
I think to the right, if you're looking out of Gertrude's face, like to Gertrude's right, I think. Is it still clicked on it?
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw it. I don't see it anymore.
It's there.
Oh, there.
Or is it facing...
It is facing forward.
I think it is, isn't it? I think what we're seeing is the underside of Gertrude's... Yeah, I think we're... Needs to go up.
More. Yeah, and maybe a little more forward. You're not supposed to be able to see the person.
Well, it could be because we're using voxels, not using the capsule that he's got. Oh yeah, look at the scene on the right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're looking through. You are seeing the voxels. That's Gertrude's
Mhm.
face.
So I think what we need to do is actually move it this way,
Yes.
out of
Boom.
Gertrude's face. Like that.
Yes. Boom.
Okay, and we don't have any lighting, we don't have anything yet, so that's why we're not seeing anything.
Oh, okay.
And he's gonna talk about how to set up a default environment so there's lighting and stuff in the preview.
Play button in the top
Nice.
right, or F6, which runs the current scene. It will prompt us to save our scene. I'm going to call it 3D level.
Yep, so
And
he's
now
seeing
we
what
can
we're
see
seeing.
our game running. There's a key problem though, and that's that we don't have a world environment set up. As a result, there's no lights or information on how all the materials should be presented to the player. This can be quite confusing because in the viewport we can see there is all this information and lighting already there. And that's because scenes in Godot have a preview environment that's set up just to make things easier to develop in without needing to add an environment to every scene you work on. We can add that preview environment to our scene with the 3 dots at the top of our viewport. So if we jump back into here and we click
Oh, add environment to scene. I guess he didn't finish saying it yet.
I think so. Sun color. Sure. Yeah. Okay, now I bet you if we preview it. There we go. We got a sky, we got a ground. You know, I think we should let's I know this is just stuff we did last time, but let's try to take our floor. See if we can figure out how to make it green again.
Oh yeah, great question. Wasn't it material?
Maybe. I don't remember. So annoying.
Creator material. Can't remember if we just like checked that out on our own or if that was what one of those. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember if that was what the guy said or if that was one that I just tried. Oh.
Sorry, we'll figure it out. Let's see what he does here.
these 3 dots,
Click on the
you'll see
plane or
we get
something.
a preview sun and a preview environment panel. On the bottom left and right, there are buttons to just add those straight into our scene. So we can click add sun to scene, we can open it up again, and we can click add environment to scene. And now you'll see.
Oh wait, he had the sun separately?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, add sun. Okay.
Thanks.
Now let's. All right.
Okay.
See in the top left of our scene tree, we have a world environment and we have a directional light.
We sure do. Okay.
Now if we run the scene again, it will look as we expect. This is one key change from Godot 3 to Godot 4. In Godot 3, there was a default environment in the file system that had this information that would automatically run in every scene you run. That was removed to make the file system less busy.
I watched a bunch of tutorials on this. This is by far the best one I found.
Which means you need to know about this approach to adding environments. So now we've got our environment and camera set up, we can start focusing on making our player move. If we click on our character body...
Okay, let's do it. Click on character body. Okay.
And then we click this little... picture of a scroll with a green plus at the bottom right, we can add a new script to that character body. This is what's going to control how our character moves and how our camera works. And one of the other nice things in Godot 4 is there are templates for scenes built in. So right off the bat, if I click Create Now, there's this template for basic 3D movement.
Oh yeah, basic 3D movement.
Okay.
I'm going to want to name this script quickly to player, and then click Create.
How about player movement as opposed to just player?
Gertrude.
What's that?
Gertrude movement. Is that Gertrude?
Yeah, sure. Gertrude movement, sure. Gertrude movement, yeah. Okay, let's see what... Yeah, so 3D basic movement is already selected. Let's just see what he does here. Just hit create. Yep, okay, create. Aha, now this is... So what's different compared to Pico 8 is that it's not like you have one giant mess of code for the whole game. You got objects, and then you have little pieces of code that go with the objects, and then those pieces of code can talk to other pieces of code. But this is the movement code, and that's all. That's all we see at one time here.
Cool.
So
and
let's
you can edit that if you want to.
Yes, which is exactly what he's going to do next year.
Oh, okay.
You'll see we've got a full script already in here, about 32 lines long total. And what this does is it allows our character to move and jump with the arrow keys and spacebar. And even just with that, if I run the scene again...
Okay, what did he do? Again, it all happened so fast. I'm like, what did he do? Okay, let's back up.
About 32 lines long total. And what this does is it allows our character to move and jump with the arrow keys and spacebar. And even just with that...
Okay, so he saved it somehow, but I think if we... Let's see if we're moving. Oh, we are, look.
Nice.
You can't really tell very much, but look, we're moving.
We're moving.
Yep, okay. Off to the races. But he's going to make it so you can move with not just with the arrow keys, but with the W, A, S, and D keys as well.
On the scene again. You can see I can move left, I can move right, I can jump, I can do all those basic things. Which is nice enough, but the arrow keys aren't really ideal. We probably want W, A, S, and D. So to change the inputs to use those custom inputs, we need to go to Project in the top left and jump.
Okay. Oh, let me close the preview here. Project settings.
To Project settings. When we're in there, there's a tab called Input Map.
Input map. Okay. So he's going to basically create custom inputs now. This is so great because you basically just create inputs, you give it a name, and you refer to the name down in the code, and it's really easy. It's actually way easier than what we had to do in Pico 8.
Here's where we can define new inputs by their name and assign what keys control them. So we can have a forward action, a back action, a left action, and a right action.
Okay, let's do that. Forward, back, left, right.
Yeah.
Does he do all lowercase? Okay, all lowercase. Forward, back, left, right. Boom. Okay.
And then for each of those, there's a plus on the right. You can click Add Event over there and enter the input event you want to control that input event. So if I hit W, whenever the player presses W, we will get that forward input event.
I wonder if you can add both the arrow keys and the... We'll try it here. Okay, so listening for input. This is forward, so we want W. Okay. And can you add another one? You can, look.
Okay.
Okay, so back would be S. Okay. And it would be down. Look how much progress we're making already. This is awesome.
Super cool.
Left, so A. And
World.
left arrow. As Bob Ross used to say, this is your world, you're the creator.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so D. And right arrow. Okay. But before we do anything else, let's see what he does.
Fired off. Let's click OK, and let's repeat for the rest of them. So for back, let's add G. For left, let's add A. And for right, let's add D. I must have said D twice there, almost I did. For back, let's press S. Okay. So now, if we scroll down...
Okay, so we just hit OK. Close.
In this bit of code that's already made for us, they're the part where they get our input direction, this var input line.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Oh yeah, so this is, yeah, just, I don't know, again, I don't know the syntax here, but input direction, okay.
takes a bunch of inputs defined by us and will create a two-dimensional vector that represents the way we want to move based on those inputs. So at the moment, if we just swap out the inputs for our new ones, it will just work as it will work as it did previously, but without buttons. So let's replace UI left with left, UI right with right, up with forwards, and
Okay. So left, right, forward, and back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Where's jump at?
I don't know yet. Oh, right here, jump.
They can't change it. They can't change it.
Okay.
So if you whatever the jump command is, and if you're already on the floor, you can only jump if you're already on the floor.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
You can make it a space bar.
Yeah. We don't. I mean, who knows if we even need to jump yet? So we'll just one thing at a time, right? So, let's see what it does.
down with back.
I love them.
And now if I run,
It just runs it. Okay, so it seems to automatically save when you hit the run button. So now I should be able to use W. Oh yeah, look, WASD. It's working.
Nice.
I'm going left. Yeah, there's not much to see here. You can't really rotate.
I love them.
Yeah, I can't rotate yet.
Yeah, so again, I don't understand all. There's more to figure out here, but at least we're moving front, back, left, right.
Yes.
Is there a rotate? Yeah, probably. Rather than moving left and right, we want left and right to rotate. That's how it works in most 3D games.
Yeah.
Hold on one sec. Hey, my love.
I got you
Oh, wow.
a roast beef sandwich.
Can you just put it in the fridge?
Sure.
I just had a little. Oh, and you got the good ice cream?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm can't wait to try it. Yeah, I just had a couple breakfast burritos. So,
Oh.
But I'll have that in a little while.
Okay.
And so check it out. Let me. How do I get back to scene? Okay, now I don't know how to get back to looking at our scene. But so we're looking. Once it's loading right now, we're looking. There's a camera that's basically in front of Gertrude, and we can now move. There's nothing to see because
Okay.
we turned off everything, but
Oh.
we can actually move it forward, back, left, right.
Oh. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Okay, great. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I thought you would be hungry.
I appreciate it. You're wonderful. I love you.
I love you.
So we're getting there.
Yay! That's awesome.
Okay. Let's see what he does next.
You want to get it started or paused, and I will wait. I just need to go
okay.
potty real quick and.
Now all that's left is getting the camera hooked up. So our camera has a neck pivot. That's because we want to keep the way we're rotating left and right separate from the way we're rotating up and down. Because we're going to use the way we're rotating left and right to figure out what way forwards is when we're telling our player character to move. So if I go up to the top, we need to define the two nodes we want to get access to, that being the neck and the camera. Godot 4 uses annotations to do this. There is an @onReady annotation. That replaces.
Okay. This is where it's like, oh god, we're going to be in the thick of it here. Okay, this is after the gravity.
Number 9.
Well, yeah, but it's different. Yeah, because he's.
There's gonna be a few things for one of them is not to be in the box. So I'll do that one first. Okay. And then I'll put the box thing. Are you gonna wrap out here? Yeah. Okay. I'll wrap like right there. Okay. But then I'll just tell you.
I might have to close the door. Everything's being loud out there.
Still.
Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna close the door. Hold on, I can't concentrate. I was raised in a quiet house. They were not. Okay.
This is onReady.
Okay, so here's the function physics process void. So he's right before that. So right here, maybe? I don't see this variable for gravity that he's seeing right here.
Yeah, where's our variable? Yeah, where's our gravity one? Yeah, why don't we have the gravity one?
I'm going to assume that it's going to go right there. Maybe like on line 6 here. So @onReady. Okay. Ooh.
From Godot 3. And after that, we can define a node and then the path to it. So we can define our neck as bar neck, and that just.
We call it camera neck, right?
Yes.
Well, I think it might just be a new variable he's defining here. Again, this is my first time working on this camera neck. Okay.
Defines it as a variable and the code.
I'm just learning the syntax as I go here, you know?
Yeah.
On equals will assign a path and guess the type of the object we're assigning to it. So this is going to create a neck that's got the right type for what our neck is, which is a node 3D. We can then get a path to a node in our scene tree with the
Wait, how do you...
sign.
Oh, okay.
Then if I type neck, it should auto-complete.
Camera neck.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Wait, do we want the...
You just typed it in.
Right. So it must be that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks the same.
So that path
Okay.
is relative to our character body node. Our neck is a child of it, and it's an immediate child, so its relative path is just the name of it. We then want to do the same thing for the camera. This time, though, its path is neck/camera 3D because it's a child of the neck. If you're ever
Okay.
confused about what a path is, you can just drag it straight from the scene tree into the spot you want, and it will put the correct path.
Okay. So it looks like he's copied this.
Yeah. And then he did the 3D one that time. Camera 3D, yeah.
And then let's rename this variable to camera.
Camera. Yeah, because there's the camera pivot point, and then there's the camera. This is the thing. This is all brand new to me, so.
Now we have those two variables, we want to handle capturing input events from the mouse. We do this with a virtual function called unhandled input.
So function underscore. Oh, space underscore. Unhandled input. Okay.
Unhandled input.
So what unhandled input does is it listens for every input event that happens, and it calls it for every function that has an unhandled input event virtual function, and we can narrow down what the event is to figure out what just happened. We want to capture the mouse, so we can actually listen to what way it's moving left and right. We can capture the mouse with this little bit of code here.
Oh, where did we get that?
Yeah, well, where did that come from?
Hold on.
And it calls it for every function that has an unhandled input event virtual function, and we can narrow down what the event is to figure out what just happened. We want to capture the mouse, so we can actually listen to what way it's moving left and right.
Taking it from somewhere else is not playing.
We
Mhm.
can capture the mouse with this little bit of code here.
I mean, no big deal. We can type it.
Yeah. If event is input event mouse button.
Oh, Lord. Okay. And I'm pretty sure that I read that indents matter in this environment. So, oh. Yeah, if.
How do you get the little drop down thing?
I'm not sure. If
Oh, there it goes. It just popped up.
event is input event mouse button. Input event mouse button.
Colon.
Thank you. Okay, that's good. Yep, we got two indents. Input dot set mouse mode. Uh-oh.
Just type it in anyways.
I don't know. Input dot set mouse mode. We'll just do it, and you know, again, we're not really married to anything here. You know, we're just
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
input dot mouse mode captured.
Yeah, I think it was the first one there. Input mouse mode captured.
Okay.
Okay.
Else if event say dot event dot is action pressed.
Action pressed. UI cancel.
maybe he's going to change this here, I don't know, but quote UI cancel
Colon again.
colon input dot set mouse mode
Interesting, that one doesn't show up.
Yeah, I hope that's why. I hope there's not a mistake here. Set mouse mode, input
mode
mouse mode visible. Okay. Mouse mode visible.
bottom.
And that's it, right?
Okay, yep, so far. That's where he's at.
Okay, let's see what else he does here.
We want to start by checking if the event is an input event mouse button. So what that means is if we have clicked any button in the game window, we want to start capturing the mouse, and that means the mouse cursor won't be visible and freely moving around the screen. Then afterwards, we also can check if they've pressed UI cancel. This is the escape key. This lets us free the mouse, which makes it a lot easier for testing, so we can actually click the close button in the window and the like. So if they press the close button, we just make the mouse mode visible again. Now we're capturing the mouse, we can listen to mouse motion events and rotate the neck and camera in a matching manner. So I can then go and add this little bit.
Oh, Lord. Okay. So right after the elif, we're back
Sorry,
here.
my love. Are we too loud?
It's okay.
I figured you'd probably want to go close.
Yeah, it's quite all right.
Oh, I didn't show you my nails.
Oh, let me see.
We didn't go too Christmassy yet, because next time is gonna be Christmassy. But
Oh, yeah, those are pretty.
you like them?
Yeah, I like them.
And then
Very nice.
little snowflake.
That's very good.
I love you. I'm gonna eat, and
Okay.
Dan and I are gonna watch Stranger Things. So excited.
Sounds good, my love.
I love you, my love.
I love you too. Okay, so if it's hard to go back and forth like this really. If input.get mouse mode how is it? Okay, I'll lowercase get mouse mode. It's weird that it's not there. That concerns me a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something. Maybe it's a name that he's coming up with. So equals, and is this like a? It's like a long equal. Look what's happening here.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
I don't know what that symbol is.
well, it's probably just like in Pico 8. It's probably a single equal is a variable assignment. The double equal is probably for checking checking equality. But it's weird that his is showing up like that.
Yeah, they were like connected.
Yeah, so I don't know what's up with that.
As you keep typing, it'll connect them or something.
It might actually, yeah. Input dot mouse mode captured. So then colon.
Nope.
Okay, then we have another if. If event is and the syntax is new to me, so input event mouse motion. So this is where we're going to be looking. We're going to be looking for, if you're holding a button down and you're moving your mouse, we're going to be looking around. Is the idea, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we don't just have neck, we have camera neck, right? Maybe I should have done it his way, but that's okay.
Camera neck dot rotate. Mouse is in the way. Okay. Y.
Okay. Is that a negative sign? Looks like negative event dot relative.
Yeah.
Dot relative dot x. Times point 0.01. Okay.
Okay. And then pretty much the same thing for the next one, but X and Y are switched.
Oh, yeah. Camera. Rotate X.
Event relative Y times 0.0.
That look good? Oh, space.
Space between, yeah. I think so. I don't know if there was anything after that.
And we can check if the mouse mode is captured. So if the mouse is actually being listened to, we can rotate the neck relative to the relative mouse motion. So whenever an event is an input event mouse motion, we will get a relative property. If you hold control and click on input event.
I hope this is the kind of thing we can do once or once-ish and never have to worry about it too much once it's set up, you know?
Yeah, I think we only need it for the main character.
Yeah, exactly. Well, who knows what we're going to have the character do in the game, right? At some point we'll have to figure out what to do for the actual doing of the puzzles, right? So.
Exactly, yeah.
But for now, we just want to meander around the starting area and check it out, so.
It will go into the documentation for that specific object, and you see we get a property called relative. This relative property gives us an x and a y value for how far our mouse has moved, either left and right or up and down, in this specific input event.
Okay.
So if we go back, we subtract how far we've moved left from rotate y, and that means that our neck will rotate left when our mouse moves left, and will rotate right when our mouse moves right.
Right, so this is left and right and up and down.
Then multiply that result by a very small number, because this will rotate in radians, so about 3 is almost a full rotation, and our mouse moves in multiple pixels at a time, so we'll be doing multiple rotations at a time. You can just fiddle with what a sensible sensitivity would be, export it as a variable, whatever you wish. I just multiplied it by 0.01 and it felt about right. After we've rotated the neck left and right, we can rotate the actual camera up and down. And we will do exactly the same thing, but we will rotate the X property and we will use the relative's Y property, because that's the amount we've moved up or down relative to the last frame. The last thing we want to do is limit how much we can rotate up and down, because if you rotate all the way up, you'll start spinning around backwards, and most necks stop at about straight up. So we can use a clamp function. Clamp is a built-in function that limits a value.
Okay.
Dot patient. X
Dot X. Yep. Equals single equal sign.
Clamp.
Clamp. See, so many. I don't know what I don't know. You know, it's interesting. It just gives you a max and a min apparently. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're clamping
Mm-hmm.
the space in which it can move instead of a full circle. Holding it somewhere.
Clamp.
Camera rotation.
Camera dot rotation dot X. Okay. Comma. Degrees to radians apparently.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back to trigonometry. You know.
Yeah. Not my strong suit.
Yeah, it used to be mine 30 years ago. You know.
That's good. That was the one area of math that really threw me for some reason. Maybe it was just the teacher, but struggled with that one.
Even in my simple programming projects, I've had to use some trigonometry. It's one of those things that just keeps cropping up. Can't avoid it.
Cool. Yeah, it seemed like an important one. I just couldn't grab it for some reason. I grabbed most
At
of it
least
easily.
a minimum and at most a maximum. So this will limit it.
Just double check here. Negative 30, 60, clamp. Why is that purple and his is blue?
Weird.
And why is it highlighted in brown?
Is it finished all the way?
I don't know. I think so.
Colon.
Camera dot what's that? Camera dot rotation dot X equals clamp camera dot rotation dot X degrees to radians minus 30.
It's the whole line on his screen.
Like
Yeah,
what?
why is it saying?
I don't know.
You guys keep watching for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be less than negative 30 degrees, and you can't be more than positive 60 degrees. And we just pass our camera rotation.x through that clamp and update it. So now,
Weird.
I'm totally confused. About what the problem is there.
This is not saying anything. Oh no, it does say error at the bottom, huh?
Mine does?
Yeah.
Oh,
error in
not.
the
It's a different function name.
Oh, degree 2 radi. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one.
They must have just changed the syntax a bit.
There we go. That helped.
Boom. That was probably it.
There we go.
Okay.
Now it's not brown anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like they're constantly iterating on the language.
if I just run that, I can move right, I can move left, I can look right, I can look left, and I can...
Okay, well, let's... So we just ran it from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how many errors I get here. Oh, yeah, look.
Oh, snap. Cool.
I mean, you know, it's still kind of like, you know, getting some weirdness with we're seeing Gertrude's nose there is what's happening.
Yeah, we shouldn't be able to see your beak.
But that's okay. You know, one thing at a time. Move. We're moving. Check it out.
That's huge. Oh,
Yep.
look, you can look up at this now. Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay, yeah, and then hit escape, and then you get your mouse cursor back. Okay. Yeah. And we're looking all the way around, so, very strange. We're doing full-on exorcist here. Okay. There we go. All right, so let's see what he does now. Well, I want to add gravity in, or maybe it already is in. I have no idea. Let's see what he does next.
I can look up and down. And I can jump, and you've got pretty much
How do you jump?
the whole character controller.
Wait, how do you jump? With the space bar?
I don't know how he's jumping.
Let's try it. Maybe it's the space bar.
Actually,
He didn't say. No, he didn't.
yeah, he never said.
Yep, space bar. Look.
Oh, or it just works.
And look, we have gravity already. Gravity's built in.
Yeah, there's some sort of gravity happening.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Yeah, because you can move around. Can you fall off the plane if you walk to the edge of it?
What happens? And then I don't know. What? Probably.
Can you walk?
I don't quite.
The,
Let's do.
Or does it like stop you at the edge? Oh, hey, you fell off. Can you get back on it?
Nope.
Oh, you're falling. I think.
I think I'm falling forever. Yeah.
You're falling forever.
When I restart it, does it start back where I'm supposed to be? I hope.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so fun.
Okay.
I'm gonna joke for that, but that was pretty funny to me.
But you'll notice a key problem, and that's no matter what way you look, forward is always in the left's always in the starting direction, right's always in the starting direction, and back's always in the starting direction. So what we need to do is we need to make it so that when we push W, we go forward in the direction the camera's pointing. Now that's done with a basis. At the moment, our game...
Okay, let's look at what he's looking at.
Yeah.
Where is he? He's
Direction.
he's down here somewhere.
Yeah.
Transform basis. Okay, he's right here. Okay.
Yep.
Script is calculating the forward direction using transform.basis. Basis is part of an orientation, and it pretty much tells us what way we think is forwards. And at the moment, it's using the root of our character, what way that thinks is forwards. What we can use instead is we can use what way the neck that we've rotated around thinks is forwards, and then move in that direction instead. So what we do here is we pass in neck dot before that. So instead,
So camera neck, right?
Yeah. Camera neck dot.
instead of using the transform of our root character, we will use the transform of our neck instead, which has rotated into the appropriate direction. And we need to get rid of this colon because it can no longer infer the type.
Okay, so yeah, it's interesting. So the dot equal seems to be, because there are different variable types, numeric variables, string variables, so on and so forth. So this has to do with type inferring. So being strict or loose about what you're connecting in terms of variable types, I think, is what's happening there.
And with that done, I hit F6 again.
Okay, run. So now if we look at direction, when we move, oh, wait a minute, I can't really tell. Oh yeah, look, I can move
Yeah,
toward,
you're going. Nice.
I can look this way and go this way. I can look this way and go this way. Now it's not perfect. That's not how I want it to work. Probably it's a little counterintuitive, but it gives us something to work with.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the nice thing is all the code for this is in one spot. So it's like, okay, we want to change how this works. We know where to go. You know, even if we don't know how to do it, we can get someone's help. You know.
Exactly.
All right, let's see what else he does here.
If I look right and I walk forwards, I'll go forwards. And everything is relative to our neck. And that's it. We've got a character controller that can walk around. It's all done. So with all that said and done, in about 10 lines of code, thanks to the new templates, you can have a first-person character controller set up in the wonderful world of Godot 4. The engine's becoming more and more stable with every iteration. It's on Alpha 10 now, and I really do recommend trying using it for any projects if you want to learn more about the features.
So he was working on the alpha build of it. He wasn't even working on the finished version of Godot 4. Okay, but we got it working pretty well. Now, how do I get back to my scene here now, though?
Great question.
It is a great question.
Yeah, that's been the most confusing part of Magic of Voxel is figuring out where all the different screens are at. You know, it's like where?
Yeah.
How do I get back to where I was just at?
I just want to
Because it's so-
see the scene. Let's
Uh,
save everything. Save scene.
good idea.
I think it's already saved, but let's just say save scene. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to close this and reopen it.
Yeah. That's exactly how I've been fixing it in Magic.
I am not above the old-fashioned off and on again.
Same. That is troubleshooting 101. First thing to try. Reset it.
Ah, brought us right back here. Okay, how do I just hit this maybe to close it?
Try it, I guess, and if it's
Nope.
on, then we no
What did I do?
do, or just close it without saving, or load the
Uh-oh.
file again.
Wait a minute, what happened here?
Yeah, maybe just load it again.
No, don't save.
Don't save that.
I don't know what I did. It didn't look pretty.
Yeah, I don't think that was what we wanted to do.
I don't think so.
Seemed promising at first.
I feel like such a dunce. I'm like, I just want to look at my scene.
How do I go back to my... No, dude, that is exactly... It took me like 2 days to finally get a grasp on it in Magic of Voxel on like how to go back and forth.
Ah, here we go. Script
There.
3D.
Ah,
All right.
that's what you use.
Let's figure out how to let's get this ground green.
Yeah.
This is driving me nuts that it's this stupid color. So it is the floor.
But try clicking, yeah, just clicking on that. There's something around there. What's that little green thing to the left of it? Of the plane, you see? Yeah, can you click
It's
on
the
it?
type.
Oh, okay, never mind. It was something so simple when they showed us.
It was so simple.